Well, it's been at least a year, maybe two. Haven't had rotten egg burps. It's not cured. It's just the same thing, don't overeat. Um, the biggest thing I could tell you, look up the risk factors for gastroparesis. Okay, there's genetic, there's nicotine, there's opiate use, some other things that can damage the nerves, especially the vagus nerve, right, to your stomach. So that's what it did for me. It's irreversible. I stopped the nicotine. It just plateaued. It didn't get worse. It was on its way. I mean, GI doctors and specialists I saw, they're like, oh, don't worry about that. It's not, one said don't use it. They didn't explain why. So you got to be your own advocate. Um, you might have gotten it from a stomach flu. Sometimes that triggers it, and then it just damages it, and that's it, I guess. Or surgery where they clip it, that nerve to the stomach. Then what are you left with is either something like I have, moderate, or you have a total liquid diet, or you have to bypass the stomach totally. So it's not Pepto-Bismol, all these things you guys are talking about. They're just little band-aids, little tiny psychological placebo effect things, right? But if you have what I'm talking about, maybe it's just a fluke. One day your stomach behaved in the way mine does, but it was temporary, different kind of phenomenon, maybe, I don't know. But if you're getting this regularly, there's not many tests they can do other than the stomach emptying test, and if they don't do it correctly, they don't do the 4-hour one, then it's not going to help you. They'll just put their hands up in the air. But again, read the symptoms, notice when it's triggered, do a food journal. I figured it out. It took me 10 years, I mean, not to get it totally everything, but gradually I was getting it before 10 years, but it was at least over 5 years. But at 10 years now, at least I got it under control. So it's the worst. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So again, don't use nicotine. That's my thing. And Sjogren's might be related if you have that autoimmune disorder. My mom has a problem with her lungs and esophagus. Mine might be my stomach, which is why not everyone that uses nicotine gets this. I've always had IBS, so maybe I was born or with something, maybe because it's something to do with being on the spectrum and you have a lot of GI issues. I don't know. But good luck. And again, use what you can and do what you can to help you. But my advice, and that's all it is, do your research and be self-disciplined with your food.